Okay, well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I thought I turned my phone down. I didn't. It will really be a great day for me. One of these mornings when I do not start the show off with the senior moment. I'm so damn and sick and see, I meant sick and damn sick. Anyway, that was a oh. Hold on. Anyway, I was listening to something else in the background, and I thought it was at our guest's house, Callie Hughes. She's here today, all the way from Massachusetts. Um, which when I was a kid, I used to get that state mixed up with Mississippi because I'd be trying to do that MI crooked letter, right? A lot of embarrassing moments, all the way up to fourth grade. Let me tell you about want to talk about waking up surprised, shocked, and literally clutching the pearls. That was me this morning. Why? Because, when I stumble down the stairs bright and early, not always so bright, but early, um, I just happened to look out the little side panels on either sides of our front door. I did not expect to see whiteness known as snow. Girl, that's all I got to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was a whole bunch of things. I'm hoping it melts. It's not bad enough where I have to go out and shovel. Thank you, Jesus. Fella purpose on that one. But the yard, everything is covered. The trees have it hanging. I think it'll probably melt before too long. But I shouldn't be surprised because yesterday, those Facebook memories, one of them popped up, and I had a house full of people this time last year because a lot of my coaching clients were here. We were doing the Mary Ziola Vega thing for thriving athletes here in Chicago, and everybody stayed here at the house. And so, yeah, I remember Brian, my husband, and Misty Lane were outside doing snow angels 1 year ago today. So snow is on time. It knows. I don't know why we thought we were getting away, but anyway, snow here. What's happening in your neck of the woods? Mm. Thank you all for popping in this morning. Wendy, Paris. Um, oh, yes, Paris. She's here. She is going to be here. Must be one of your friends, Callie. Yes, sit tight, Miss Paris. She'll be here. Robert Brooker and the rest of the crew. Thanks. Now's a great time for you guys to hit the share button, invite some friends, start a watch party. We're going to have live entertainment this morning, and one of the most gorgeous, sweetest guest I've had on in a long time, and she's young and pretty too. Um, and live TV, I love it. I don't. Well, yeah, I've had a few people perform, sing, and tell jokes and all kinds of stuff here, but nothing like this girl. So she's gonna uh, bless us, I guess I should say, with one of her songs that is brand new. She just released it last week, so I feel honored hitting the bell on that. You guys, we are streaming live, so don't cuss or anything on the screen. Um, Unless you just absolutely have to. Then go right ahead. We're streaming live across Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Android, Apple TV, and Periscope. And of course, from our home base with E360 TV Live out in sunny Arizona. Good morning to all of you. Again, you are on the front steps, the front porch. Hopefully, you want to come on inside and get a front seat at today's Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Loren Michaels Harris. Help me. We almost had another senior moment. See how I caught that? Getting better. Here's why, because of what she's holding inside. This is my sidekick, my assistant, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. Help me welcome her to the show, won't you? Girl, how you doing? Uh-huh, Lucy. She's like Amex, y'all. I don't leave the house without her. So our sponsor, you see them kind of crawling around down on the bottom. I want to say good morning to our friends in Las Vegas, the owners and the team over at Symposium.us. I was on the phone with them for a couple hours yesterday, setting up some new stuff. Symposium, it's a great app, everybody, for real. I was making extra income from Symposium.us long before the coronavirus pandemic and this quarantine business. Everything from mini masterminds, master classes. I have clients now who are on Symposium.us during these rough times. They needed to add to their income. They're doing cooking classes. Kylie, you could do some music classes. Um, I have people that are doing story time for kids, arts and craft hours for kids. Parents need things to put their kids in front of right now. Like I said, cooking classes, vision boarding classes, anything you're good at, you can go on there, do an offering, and the world will come. They're looking for entertainment and not the usual stuff that they're dealing with every day. So Symposium.us is where you can turn your conversation into currency. Who better get them coins, y'all? I ain't playing with them. I'm getting mine. What about you? So head over, won't you download the app and take a look at Symposium. Check out all the great opportunities to convert your viewers and your followers into pay-per-viewers. This is the one time you can go back in history and turn that cell phone into a payphone. Symposium.us, turning your conversation into currency. So today, our guest, and let me just get this out of the way. Ooh, I'm putting this down here. I'm not going to say it yet. I was going to tell you who our guest tomorrow is, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm really excited about that too. Almost excited about tomorrow's guest as I am today's guest. Today's guest, actually, she and I are a part of something that's coming up. You've heard me mention from time to time that we work with some people, well, mainly that powerhouse from Capitol Hill, Maureen Flatley. Um, we're working uh, on a project called One Voice for Change, where our goal is once the roller coaster of life starts moving again. Right now, we're like those Ferris wheels that they stop you up in the middle of the air. All of us are sitting in the car just waiting for the ride to start again. When the ride starts again, a group of us are going to be putting together a great event that's going to have 6 cities on the tour, and we're going to start in Washington D.C. and end in Washington D.C. And our goal is to recruit 122,000 families that are going to qualify to adopt some of these great kids from our foster system. It's free to adopt from foster care, and we are out to get these kids forever homes and place them with some loving people who want some great kids forever. That's worthy of a bell ring. Now, what is this? For those of you who are new, um, I don't know where you've been. I'm gonna treat you like they do at the front end of the show, Shameless. I shouldn't even tell you where were you last week, but I will. This is the bell of purpose. Every time I ring it, it means that it's your chance to get involved. Put some hearts up on the screen. You'll see something like this happen. Where is my banner that says, okay, how about this one? Every time you send a heart, an angel gets their wings. When you hear the bell ring, it means that our guest has said or done something that just touches our spirit, touches our soul. And that's our way of applauding. Okay, of saying, ooh, Callie, girl, we love what you're doing. We're picking up what you're dropping off. So when you hear it, I'll ring the bell if you guys put a comment up that is worthy of a bell ringer, and we'll celebrate you as well. Also, it's a great time to remind you when you hear the bell, listen, why are we here by ourselves? Hit your share button, invite some people, start a watch party. Don't just hoard this good content, these ooey gooey chewy centers. Let's share with the world, won't we? We all need all the love we can get right now. Uh-oh. Maureen Flatley just showed up. I thought I heard a limo pull up in the front of the house. Hey, girl, come on in. Callie, we're going to get you in here in just a second. So let me tell you who she is. I'm going to read a few snippets from her bio because you tell people, "Ooh, send me a headshot in a brief bio." Shaking my head. Girl, I'm just kidding. I mean, hers isn't so bad. Somebody this week gave me 2 pages. Tim Johnson. So anyway, from Watertown and why did you even put this word in here? I went to public school, Callie. Watertown to Ipswich. I don't know if that's even close, and I'm sorry if I offended the residents of Ipswich. Um, But anyway, from Watertown to that place, and from street performers in Salem to headline, isn't that what them witches were? Uh-oh. To headlining top line venues, Callie Hughes is a classically trained acoustic soul driven pop rock country whew, singer writer with a splash of jazz background. I changed that around and make it fit my breathing. Her brand can be summed up with her often said philosophy of why she makes music, which is in a world where you can be anything, be different. Callie writes songs that make a difference, and she's teamed up with various causes and organizations that share her same philosophy. For instance, the Care Dimensions, Grateful Friends, which is a nonprofit providing support and unexpected joy. I like that. Let me highlight that unexpected joy to adults living with cancer or going through cancer treatment, as well as numerous events upon request all over the world. She has a new hit song, um, which we're going to get to today at times like this. And she has another hit song that's been out for some years now. We're going to talk about that song because it was written based on the Boston bombing, the Boston Marathon bombing, which was in Callie's hometown. So that song is entitled "Like That Night." And so we're going to talk about all that. Without further ado, I'm going to wait and hit some of these other notes from her bio once she's in here. You guys, won't you help me put some love on the screen right now? Um, where's my other Where's my other banner thing? Here, right there. Let's show our guest some love as she comes in. This is your applaud. You guys put some hearts on the stage. Callie,
Hi.
hi.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I know I feel like we're doing one of those PBS, um, one night only or the solo mic thing or you know what I mean? I feel really good. And how are you?
I'm great. I'm doing great. The best we can during these times, making
Ooh,
music and just living my best life.
I hear you. Oh, you audience, I love those hearts those all that applause. Sit down, you guys, sit down. They gave you a standing heart ovation. You had so many hearts floating on the screen. I'm so glad and excited you're here. I'm excited that we're gonna get treated and blessed this morning with some live music. It has been so hard for a lot of us to just get our days kicked off. It's like, it's like you get up and it's Christmas but there's no snow, there's no tree, there's no presents. It's we're happy to be alive, like you said, living our best lives. We're happy to be alive, but then you go, oh yeah, can't go nowhere. Oh yeah, can't do nothing. Um, and it kind of, I mean, I ain't gonna lie about it. It hits me. How are you dealing with the quarantine and all that?
It's hard. I'm such a social butterfly, so it's really hard for me not to like talk to people. But I'm social distancing. I'm making music. I'm taking this time to just keep going and keep creating and stay inspired. I think is a very big motivation for me right now is just like keep going, keep working, keep finding things to, because otherwise then you fall behind or you fall beneath or you get lost or you just lose that. So I think it's important to just keep that momentum and find things that make you happy.
You're just as cute as a button. I brought the picture in closer because I was like, "Is she really that cute?" And oh my goodness, you remind me of when I used to watch Charmed, and I thought Alyssa Milano was cute like that. Mandy Moore, I thought she was cute like that. You just look like so many of those little cute girl next door, America's sweetheart girls from television and movies and stuff. You're gonna go far because I
Thank
already
you.
heard you sing, so I know you sound as good as you look. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna move that back a little bit. Wow. So Callie, I know let's talk first of all, let's talk about and then we're starting up front and then we're gonna go backwards. Um,
Sure.
I want to hear about um the song. I wasn't surprised that although I'm a musician, I haven't written shit about the corona. I'm gonna wait and write one about afterwards. That's what I'll do. But the song, um, which is entitled At Times Like These. Um, why don't you tell us what happened? You just didn't have you finally got cabin fever and said I'm gonna sit down and write a song. How long were we inside this bubble before the words and the meaning came pouring through you?
I wrote the song probably 3 days into the quarantine, 3 days into the advisory of maybe don't go talking to people and, try to social distance. And I decided to take the time to write something that could remind people to still be kind. You know, I was seeing things on the news like people getting in fights over toilet paper in aisle 3 and like just like that, those hectic little, things. And I think it's important to, during these times, I know they can be hard and they can bring out you know, crazy, stuff, but I think it's important to keep that sanity a bit and just try to remember to check in with your neighbors. You don't got to shake their hand, you don't got to hug them, but just be kind, always be kind, and just keep persevering, and we'll get through this together.
Good advice. Good advice. I'm popping some of the stuff up on the screen that people have to say this morning. Nick Harris says, "Good morning." Maureen Flatley is um, patting herself on the back about the matchmaking between us, and I agree. I'm going to ring the bell of purpose on that, Maureen. Good job, girly. Um, Maureen says Ipswich is next door. I'm assuming she means Essex, where she lives. Um, so all the stuff. Oh, Coach Chuck is in the house. Aloha. How are you, Coach Chuck? Real quick, off point, but not really. Coach Chuck, I want you to get up right now from this broadcast, go into wherever she is, and give Mapawana a big hug and kiss from Brian and I right now. Get up. I see you sitting there staring at the screen like I can't see you. Get up and go give her that hug and kiss. I ain't playing with you. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Kelly, how long have you been in this music business? And you're a student, right?
I am. I currently study at Salem State University, going there for a music degree, and business.
Okay, I'm glad you reminded me about that Salem thing. Because black people, we are, well, I can speak for me, kind of suspicious about certain things. Witches is one of them. And Salem. Is it true? I was just watching Bewitched the other day, and they had an episode where they were in Salem, and they had little signs, little witch things were everywhere. Do they really like is that real that
The witch
witches used to be there?
Oh yeah, you should. Yes, yes. The witch stuff is very much real there. Yes, yes. That they filmed a part of Hocus Pocus, that movie, also there.
Okay,
But
well,
there's a lot of like there's actually, so one of my most one of the venues that I love playing, I adore them. They're the Hawthorne Hotel in Salem, and
uh-huh.
awesome. And they're actually famously haunted.
Okay, well,
Famously
ooh, I don't know if I can. Well,
but it's awesome. They're very kind. It's a shout out to all of them if any of them are listening. And but the city is beautiful within
I
itself.
heard it was.
Anytime but October. October, I probably would try to stay away. Well, actually, no, I'd be there. I'd be performing in the streets. But yeah, it's very crowded. Very crowded.
Okay, so okay, performing in the streets. So you have that where you can just open up your little well, it's not a guitar case, but on TV they usually show a person with the guitar thing open and people throwing money in it. So you mean when you say performing on the street, you mean like that?
Yeah, like a street performer. I'll just open my guitar case. I have a little amplifier, battery operated amp, and I'll just start singing and playing, and I'll dress up my like mic stand every time with like either like a snake, or I'll take something to like play it off, or I'll dress up as Captain Marvel, or if it depending on what time of year it is. If it's like Halloween time, I'll dress up. But yeah, yeah, I'm out there in the snow, the rain. I'll tuck away into like a little like alley, like an overhead store front, and
Uh-huh. Whatever it takes to get the job
yeah,
done,
pretty
pretty
much,
much.
pretty much.
Well, Callie, how long have you been singing and writing, and which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I grew up in a very musical household. My father is a piano tuner and a very well musician. So I grew up with pianos and music in that realm. And I wrote my first song at 12. I remember coming home, I had been bullied, and I looked in the
Ooh.
mirror and I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. And then instead of doing something drastic, I turned around and I ended up picking up my guitar and just venting to it, and that translated to my first song called "Be Yourself." And I've been
Be
writing it.
yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's just important to not just create music, not just create a good melody, not just write a hook that gets people to just dance. I do that too, but I think it's important to also write about things that pull on your heartstrings and make you think, or maybe make you just feel less alone in a world where it's easy to swallow that pride and feel less. I think it's important to reach people.
Mhm.
people and people.
It's hard enough going to school nowadays with the cost, and I think you commute, and you got to make money to pay the bills and this and the other. But then you still find a lot of time to do things outside of yourself, and i.e., give service to others. I know you do a lot of stuff with nonprofits in your bio. You mentioned a couple, Grateful Friends, Care Dimensions. Talk about that for a second. What is it most times, in most cases, unless you're just like debates or somebody and you give away money because, i.e., number one, that's a tax write off. And then two, you want people to see I'm not that greedy. But for those of us who don't have shit, you know what I mean? Really, not a bunch of excess, but still love to give what we can when we can. Why? Usually it's because we have some type of an experience, some kind of a reference point to end users, i.e., the people in need. In your case, what is it? And I want to know, do you have a connection with foster care because you're in this thing that we're doing, One Voice for Change? No one's ever told me that or not.
Yeah, I'm adopted. I have two amazing parents.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I
yay.
shout out to both of them, Kathleen and Kirk. I love them, mom, dad. But yeah, no, I think that for me, the reason that really got me or gets me into all these organizations is it's what I want to do. It's actually my first. I'd rather, I wouldn't say I'd rather do the, those, free charity, whatever shows. I don't look at them that way. I look at them as partnerships and family. And I think that it's important to build those bonds and help people and be kind and just, evolve. And I'm not like made of money. But that's my way of being like my
You're
phil-
not?
no, it's like my philanthropist.
You're not made of money,
I'm made of music, made of art,
but
and
not money.
it's a
What
work.
the hell are we doing? I don't know. Okay. Oh, look at the time. Callie, I'm sorry, but I'm going to cut this short. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. 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 I'm
But yeah,
kidding.
no, I think it's just important.
It is important. And you know what else is important? Being crafty. And I heard that you're crafty. As a matter of fact, I heard you made that mug.
I did make this mug.
Is there a story behind it?
You know what? I went on a date. I took them to this like clay room, and I made this mug. And my theme,
Oh,
I go to like a painting, like a paint class, a paint shop, or like a pottery place. I love to paint rainbows on things, and so my nickname,
after my own heart.
everyone who knows me knows I love coffee. And when I used to go to Starbucks at my school, they would spell my name terribly wrong. Love you, Starbucks, but they would spell my name wrong. So I'm like, you know what?
Oh,
Start saying my name is Songbird. So
oh,
it fits, it works. And so all my friends started calling me Songbird at school, and it was always on my cup, and it was beautifully written, and it just looked right. So it just fit. So I ended up doing a rainbow, and then I wrote Songbird on the mug, and then I did treble clefs on the handle.
oh, how nice.
So,
Oh, Charles Princeton says, me too. I'm adopted.
hmm,
Coach Chuck, I didn't know that. Wow, the things you learn. Um, okay, so we'll get back near the end of the interview and talk about what we're doing together with a few of our great friends, our mutual friends. But right now, why don't we switch gears? I'm kind of in the mood for a song. So first of all, while you're getting ready, tell us about we kind of touched on the song that you are going to uh, bless us with, which is entitled. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up. There it is. At times like these, ooh, excuse me. At times like this, but then while we're waiting, tell us about that song that you wrote. Um, your hit song "Like That Night" about the first responders. So that was 2000, what, 13.
yes, yes.
Now, how old were you then? Because how old are you?
I am 24 now. I had to think about it, but yeah,
Old ass lady.
yeah.
Oh,
I know I'm getting old. I'm turning
hey,
white, but it's okay.
I hope you make it soon. You ain't got much time left. Okay, that was me. Politically correctly hating.
It's okay.
Okay, because clearly I'm not your age. Clearly, a lot of road on this map. So listen. So you were how old when the bombing took place?
I was a junior in high school. I want to say
Okay, a kid, a kid. So
15.
okay, we're gonna come back and talk about that afterwards. But you wrote a song then too.
I wrote a song a year later as a tribute in a way. They were trying to do a flag raising ceremony for the school in the town of Watertown. And so I wrote this song, and then I went to school. I didn't think anything of it. I just went to school and I played it, and the teacher just started crying and said, "Come with me." And she took me to the principal's office. And then the principal heard it and then started crying. And then she pulled someone in. And then that person started crying, and everyone I just kind of played it for would cry. And then it resulted in a uh, concert at, well, not a concert, I should say. There was a flag raising ceremony where they invited people. I think there were some two firefighters from Chicago who came,
Mm,
and just first responders from different places who were there on duty during the time, and people who just came and risked their lives. And so I ended up playing that song in front of my whole school,
wow.
standing ovation. And then they asked me.
Wow.
I'm actually a little sad to announce that this year it'll probably be the first year that I'm not. I don't even. Oh, they haven't told me. I would assume it's probably not a thing right now because they're saying we're not opening back up until like May.
Right.
So I perform every year at this road race called the Watertown Strong 5K, which I perform this song every year at it, and it's basically it's for the first responders, and it started
Morning,
out.
honey.
Yeah, it started out as a thing to just kind of, remind people, of what happened in a way, but also like to congratulate and, remember those who have fallen, those who are still with us, those who risked their lives. And that's exactly
Hmm.
what the song is. That's the purpose of it. It was my way of saying thank you for all you do to all the
Well,
great
shoot,
women
we
and men.
might have to have you do that one too,
Yeah,
and celebrate our first responders and what we're
yeah,
currently dealing with because, you know, man, they need their own award show like the Oscars.
yes, yes. Thank you, frontliners. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys a second, real quick, to hit your share buttons, invite some people, start a watch party. I mean, where else people gonna get live entertainment at this time of the morning, right? Seriously. So we're about to. Oh, and you know what I was gonna tell you? My grandmother's name was Callie, but it was the one that they always spell your name wrong without that extra I. I know that's why they always mess it up, right?
Yes, yes. It's
Yeah,
either that
that.
or I had someone write Kylie or Carly, and I'm like, okay, some
Oh, or like Kylie Minogue.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want that. Yeah. So everybody, you should have had enough time now to invite some people, get it started. So I'm gonna get down off the stage and go sit down in the front row like Oprah always does when she has a guest that's performing, and I will also try to sing the lyrics like she does, and her mouth is never matching because she don't know the song. Remember how she used to do that? She did that with an Aretha Franklin song that she should have known the words for. I was like, Oprah, please. But anyway, I'm going to be sitting right down here in the front row. You go right ahead and knock us out. Everybody, put your hands together, put some hearts on the screen. Uh, at times like this, world premiere, kind of, sort of, right here on Bathrobe Moments with Kylie Hughes. Kelly.
Pray for those around you, but know that it's okay to be scared of the unknown. But you don't gotta go swearing up a storm now. You don't gotta be chaotic. You don't have to be frantic. You don't gotta lose your sanity. Let us be in ease. Let us be in ease. I know things are hard now. Things are out of hand now. Let us pray for those in need now. Check in with your neighbor. You don't gotta shake their hand, and they'll understand. Let's come together now. You don't gotta be afraid, but know that it's okay. So don't lose your sanity for this type of thing. And these times of need, you come together and it'll be just fine. You come together and it'll be just fine.
Oh, yay. Ringing the bell, hearts on the screen, everybody. Oh, you had me feeling some kind of way up there at the beginning with those chords. I was like, okay, okay, Kylie. No, Kylie. Lord Jesus, where's my fan? I don't have hot
Here,
flashes.
you need some
I
coffee.
really don't. But I got when I'm having a senior moment, I try to fan it away. I don't
Mm,
know. It's my universe. You guys are just visiting, so let me believe it works. Loved it. Thank you. Beautiful.
thank
You know,
you.
I'm glad we set it up for you to do the other song because that was not nearly enough. Um,
It's a short
um,
song. It was just a way to remind people, they're
well,
up. But
I'm gonna just keep it real with you too, because you know, on just like on American Idol and stuff, when those people come out there and you go, "Ooh," Brian and I'll be sitting there like, "Ooh, look at her outfit. Oh, she's cute. Ooh, she's gonna be good." And then she opens her mouth. Oh Lord, gee, girl, please, and you can't tell her she can't sing, right? And then, so of course I did my due diligence and went and watched some of your stuff on YouTube and stuff. So okay, I can get Callie to sing live because Callie can actually sing. So, yay! I love the song. I love the lyrics. I love the chord progressions, all of it. Um, is it okay to catch you off guard and be greedy and
yeah,
ask for an encore with like that night? Because I would love to. Do you know any people in the medical field out there where you live right now that have been given everything night and day?
you know what? Sergeant McClellan, who works with the Watertown Police, he's like a father figure. He's just such a great, brave man who, he's been in my life ever since I came out with this song, ever since I started performing it. Chief DeVoe, Mary Butler, which is the chief of police for Salem, Jerry Ginta, who's the fire chief, marshal of Salem, just
Dang, girl.
Toscano of
I
Watertown.
thought you were gonna say, "Oh yeah, Lucretia, this girl I know, she's a nurse's aide over at the so and so nursing home." And you're reeling off the names of the big wigs in town. Okay, we get it. Okay, so you know a lot of people who really are every day taking this work home with them. Spending more time away from their families in a time where everybody else is complaining because they're stuck with their families. All that. So even though you originally wrote this song like that night for in memory and to celebrate the first responders rather from the Boston bombing, I think it's pretty apropos for the first responders in today's situation. So again, take it away,
So
Kelly.
I wanna say thank you for all you do. 'Cause not all are good, but most aren't bad. There are ones who protect us right. There's some who are there for the bad, no lie, but there are so many more protecting us every night, like that night. Oh, like that night. Oh, like that night. Oh, like that night. And I wanna say thank you for all the good you do. And I wanna say God bless to the men and the women serving overseas, to all who fight their lives to keep us safe. And I like that night. Oh, like that night. Oh, like that night. Like that night. Oh, like that night. So I wanna say thank you to Sean Collier, the man who is now in a better place, looking out for us from heaven above. And Walsh and Kennedy, who were brave firemen, gave what they could, should never be forgotten, written in your soul. Like, oh, you never forgotten. Oh, oh, like that night. Oh, like that night. Oh, like that night. Oh, like that night. And
Okay.
thank you for all that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do.
Mm. Okay. Yay. Ringing the bell, you guys. You know what to do next. Let's get some hearts on the screen. I don't see any of you all begging to come on here and sing at the crack of dawn, right? Even though, and I'm a singer, but if I was gonna do what you just did, I would have had to get up at probably 4 in the morning. Because
Well,
these chords, when you get old, I'm 57, Callie, and I have to get up. If I had to sing this early, no kidding. It's like an old dry rubber band that's been out in the sun. It's all crispy hard. If I don't get up and soak it in something like lemon juice and water for about 3 hours, I'm no good. Seriously.
you say lemon
Um,
juice or gin and juice?
this lemon juice?
You say lemon juice or gin and juice?
Oh, lemon juice and water, girl. If I did that if I added gin to it, by the time my chords warmed up, you saw how many senior moments I had this morning before, and that's just off coffee. But yeah, so let's talk about this. Thank you. Beautiful song. Love the lyrics. Love how you actually wrote in the names of some of the people who
Yeah.
gave their lives that day, that night.
Yes,
Um,
firefighters actually that I mentioned, Joe Toscano and Walsh. They were both brave firemen, and they actually I don't believe they both lost their lives fighting during that specific uh,
okay.
time, but it was just something every year. If I hear about a fallen officer, a fallen firefighter,
Mm,
a fallen, someone who's risked their lives, and just I hear the name, I hear the heroic, stuff that they have done. I
absolutely.
name around, so that was something I've been using those two names for the past 2 years because I happen to know both of those.
Okay.
And
Oh, so they're just fall. I got it. Okay,
yeah,
still
they've
worthy of a bell ring. So thank you again. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. That you know how to lock in a return performance.
thank
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk a little bit, if we could, about uh what are we going to talk about next? Oh, let's talk about excuse me. Well, I should let you. I'm considering if I want to wait near the end for this or not. Um, okay, you're in your early 20s. Okay.
yep.
Let's just, not that you don't got to use names or anything because I don't want you losing any millennial friends. Are you a millennial or are you the other one, Gen X?
I think I'm a millennial. I think
I get it confused who's who.
a millennial.
Okay. So you're FaceTiming, Zooming with your friends from school and whatnot.
Mhm.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel? I haven't spoken with any college students since this started. No, you're still doing your work from home and all that, but you don't get to hang out with your buds and your friends that were supposed to walk and graduate and all that. Did you know any of those? Any seniors that don't get that? What's the pulse like with your age group?
You know what? It's all hitting us differently. It's all hitting us hard. At Salem State, just like most universities here in Massachusetts and all over the country, they closed the doors to the universities and they did remote learning, and that's
Hmm.
been a challenge for some people. I mean, we're all getting the hang of it, technologically hoping that all that stuff works in our favor. With that being in mind, it's going kind of well,
So,
but
so Callie, does it feel really different? Because
it's
it's one thing for the elementary kids on both sides of our house that are homeschooling, because
yeah,
there's kids on the other side of that house that homeschool every day anyway. But
right.
but this you call it remote learning.
Yeah,
That's a little different because there's no one in the room. There's no parent or anybody there. It's
right.
just you. How does it feel to you?
It's weird just not being like in class, like being there, like doing music theory classes in like, my studio room is just kind of like, it's like, okay. I mean, I'm looking at a beach right now on one side, and then I have them on, like my phone or, whatnot. And then I'm like, we're talking about, changing intervals and chords and analyzing the Moonlight Sonata. And, it's just interesting. It's different. You would see that stuff more in like a classroom setting, and talking about, Beethoven and, just learning about music history. You'd see that more in like an actual setting. So it's like I miss all my, peers, and I miss seeing
Yeah.
everybody. And, actually my sound engineer, shout out to Richard B. Moore. He
Hey, Richard.
yeah, he's awesome. He's the one who actually he recorded like he recorded at times like these. He was the engineer on that, and he's walking this spring. But with everything happening, the commencement was put on hold, and they said that they would do it a different time, which is at least nice because some universities are like, nope, we're just not doing it. They're
I saw something in my social media threads, one of them, where there's a community that has an old drive-in theater, and they're going to be holding their high school commencement at the drive-in theater where the families will sit in their cars, and then the students will be social distance, and they still get to cross the screen and just pick up their diploma off of a table
aw,
and keep moving so that they get to actually have
wow,
it. I thought, what a great idea if you happen to have an old drive-in theater sitting around somewhere. So, well, I just let me ask you this. Have you been a part of any of those game nights?
game
Those,
night.
yeah, like a Zoom game night, a virtual game night?
My friend Richard keeps trying to get me to do that. They have like trivia, like hosted by certain restaurants, and I've seen like bingo, and they'll have like poker and stuff, and it's just like I like that,
Poker.
but I like I'm you know what I don't even I don't I'm not no shame. I play my little Scrabble like with friends and like
Oh, Words with Friends?
yeah, I play that and just
Oh,
like
really?
thing I do anyways though.
You know, I don't have any problem beating down a college student,
Oh yeah.
even though she's on Words with Friends. I play it constantly,
Oh, me too. Like
and
I'm
I'm a big shit talker.
even thought were words.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you a request to play. I'm just to let you know though, you're not one of those people that uses some kind of word machine coming
No,
up with all those words that
I'm
people
I'm
never
like
heard of.
a thesaurus. I will let you know that. I literally in my like so I do this thing. It's like a ritual kind of either each day or I try to do it as much as I can. Where I have a thesaurus by my bed, like by my bed, and I'll actually open it.
Hold on.
I'll
You
look.
want us to believe you actually have a prehistoric animal by your bed?
I have an actual thesaurus, and it also has a definition next to the word too.
And what does the thesaurus eat?
Words.
Oh yeah, okay. I can already tell I can beat you down. You guys, she really wants me to believe she has like a dinosaur of some sort. What did you call it? A what?
It's a thesaurus. And I also have an app on my phone that helps me when I write songs and write my poems and everything. Uh,
Uh-huh.
called
You
Rhyme.
guys see you guys see how I set her up. She thinks I really don't know what a thesaurus is. That's how you start. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Come on in, words with friends. Accept it if you
You
want
know or
to.
don't know.
I just I just want you to know. I will not I'm not gonna feel bad by putting 101 point word. Hey, what's the most points you ever got on a word? This will decide whether we play or not. What's the highest scoring word you've ever laid?
The like word wise,
Word, yeah. How many points have you gotten at one
I
time?
would say there's 70 or 78.
Oh, well, I just happened to place zip yesterday for 101 points.
Well, good for you.
I know. You should have seen me. I was like, it was talking about
I'll
heck.
keep that in mind if I play again and then I see Z and P and I see an I somewhere. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, it was down at the bottom, right above that triple. That P landed on, and I was like, "Stupid nephew, Jojo." Sorry, nephew. I didn't mean to call you stupid, but anyway, that's because we love each other. So back to the interview at hand. You are a senior. Are you a senior?
No, I'm supposed to.
Junior.
Thank God I'm actually. I want to be a senior. Yes. No, I'm a second year junior, so I will be walking next spring.
Okay, you hope.
I
I'm just kidding.
Well, they so what they told us is they're moving our, I mean, now if I get A's, I wanna see my A's on my transcript, but I guess what they're doing now in college or
Credit.
they're doing yep, they're doing it as pass fail rather than here's an A, a B, but you have the option at Salem State to claim if you wanna see your grades or if you want that, but you have to claim it by, like, May 28th, and it's like, "Of course I wanna see my grades, unless I'm
You
not,
know,
then keep that." But
right.
I'm
That's
sure
a good thing for people like you who
I'm
actually are smart and study. Yeah, that's good for people like you who actually are smart and study. But for those others who are like, woohoo, you
party
know,
college.
yeah, they're like, you know. So I get it. So let's talk about your catalog. And I have your website up on the screen right now. If people win people, head over to callihughes.com. What are they going to find there?
They will find a little write up on the corner of the screen that says, "Due to COVID-19, I am not really performing for the next couple of weeks. I had to cancel some shows." But once you click enter the site, you'll see that I have a video there called Wonderlust that is about. It's another song that kind of just pulls on your heartstrings and is to remind you that we as humans we all go through things in life, and sometimes those things are toxic. Sometimes those things weigh us down and anchor us, but you are still here, you're still fighting, you're a wanderlust, you're a free spirit, and you overcame that. And so that's what that song's really about, is to celebrate the awesome things that you overcame to get where you are. So you'll see
Beautiful.
that over in the video footage section. You'll see places I've played, you'll see my bio, photos. Shout out to Louise Machad Photography in Salem. Most of those beautiful photos were taken by her.
Yeah, that one with the guitar.
Yeah,
That's hot.
she's incredible. She's incredible at what she does. I'm lucky to have worked with her. And yeah, you'll see a bunch of that stuff. You'll see what I've kind of been up to, and you can also join my email list to figure out where I'll be next, where I'll be performing, and all that jazz.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Um, I am so excited for you. Anything in the works? So are you writing because of not having much else to do right now?
You know what? Yes, I've been writing. I'm, I'm notorious for writing songs in short amount of times, but those are the ones that tend to uh, become the most meaningful and the most, impactful. But it's so funny because I've been writing like 5 songs a day. I went from, I mean,
Hey, girl.
granted, I'll be honest. So like my typical thing is like when I'm in school, I have a notebook, right? On one side of the notebook, I have my notes that I'm taking as I'm listening. But on the other side, I think in terms of melody. I'm always hearing something. So I'm always writing down melodies, words. I keep a book on me to write down words and phrases that I think of. I wasn't kidding. I have a mobile thesaurus that helps me with like rhyming words, descriptive words in case I want to find something there.
Oh,
Uh, and then I do have a pocket thesaurus as well. Old fashioned, yes, it's old fashioned,
oh,
but
hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what? It helps. So, yeah, I think that at this time has just made us more creative. As much as it's a hinder and it's kind of held us back with being able to perform. I miss
Uh-huh.
everybody. The
Hey,
thing.
Callie, do you, and you can, just keep it real. Uh, do you ever, as a young person and a college student and a musician, and which anybody that's a singer-songwriter, especially the songwriter part that goes with singing, there's a certain part of us that I believe qualifies us all to say that there is at least a little bit of us that falls under the category of being an empath because you just are you pick up on what's going on around you in a big way. um what what is it? Let's here you go. Are you ready for this?
I'm
If
ready.
you could tell me, what share with everybody during this most difficult time that we're all underneath the bubble of, what would you say has been your greatest joy while you're inside this bubble, and then flip it over and tell us what's your greatest uh sorrow, or the thing that hurts you the most that you see going on out there, and then I'm going to answer the same question.
Perfect. Okay. All right. I would say the greatest thing that I've got out of this whole experience, because I think I'm an optimist at heart. So I'm a realist, but I'm an optimist.
Right.
And so I try to always look for the brighter side, the rainbow of everything. And I think that for me, I've taken this time to just kind of find myself and be content because I think that
Mm.
often, every so often life is so fast paced, especially as a musician. I'm just always doing things. Sometimes I don't even have time to like fully like think certain things and just say yes now and freak out later. So I think that right now this is just kind of giving me some time to like get back in touch with myself, be in tune with myself, and meditate, think, breathe, create music, and just remember why I do what I do.
Mm.
I think that's important.
That's definitely a few bells to be rung there on that one. Love it. And I love hearing from our future, which you are, and you're such a great ambassador. I want to thank you for that right now, just now, just because I don't want to forget to do that. And I really mean that, Callie, from the bottom of my spirit. So, what is the one thing that's been kind of like, man, that sucks. That's too bad, that you've witnessed or that you felt as an experience, as part of this experience that you've been going through?
I think it's probably a mix between the selfish side of me is not being able to perform, not being able to go out and see people, but because I know how much like I love to perform and I love to see the smiles on people's faces and I love to, look out and see people singing my words back to me. There's no greater feeling in the world than, going to a show and just, having that energy. Um, so I miss performing, I miss being on a stage, but then I also feel so much for the frontliners, seeing everybody who's risking their lives, who are, working, endless days, in hospitals. And actually one of my good childhood friends from home, she has it, and her mother just got out of the hospital. She was in
She has COVID-19.
yeah, her mother was in a coma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was serious. And so there was
She
there was
she came out.
she came out, she just was released from the hospital the other day.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Yay. Some hearts on the screen for that.
Well, yes, yes. And, I think it's just hard seeing people that I love, struggle and in pain, and, seeing, people who are just everyone's affected by it, and that's something that we all will be affected by, and for a long time. I don't think we're going to come out of it just anytime soon, but I think it's
Eh,
important to
got that right.
see what we're going through again. And, take this time. I've been taking this time to reach out to people that even though
Mhm.
I haven't spoken to in a long time, just
You're
to
right. Me too.
I think it was an eye opener. You know what I mean?
Right.
As awful as as awful as of an experience this is, and that we're all having to go through it. It also opened my eyes and my heart to remind myself, what about that person? Maybe check in with that person, because you
Right.
never know. And it's like you don't really realize where you've come and who you've kind of passed you know pathways with, and like you just check back in with those people around you. I promise you, it'll make their day, it'll make you happier. And I think that's definitely helped.
I
So
just did that last week, and it was a wonderful phone call, because the person was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "I know you probably don't remember me, and it's been like 36 years. But we used to sit next to each other at the dinner table every night. You were my sister then." I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Because I mean, we see each other. But I ain't trying to call her, but I have been. And you know what's really great about it, and you're absolutely right, it's because we have a different there's a different pulse, a different beat to the conversations. We go deeper, they're more meaningful. They're not as, hey, what you doing? You know what I mean? Like we would have when things were normal. We really sit there and talk about things that um a year ago, if I would have had thought about having some of these conversations with my sister, I'd be like, ew, but now it's like, oh, I miss you, ugh. As soon as we're back to normal, things are back to normal. I ain't gonna be all with you. So anyway, I mean, I was a baby, so I was tortured by her. So anyway, a PTSD, take me away. So
yeah,
anyway, listen, I am going to say my greatest joy is seeing exactly what you said, that it's a magnet, it's a lead magnet pulling people who otherwise weren't willing to do it for whatever reason. There's a lot of forgiveness going on in the world, whether you realize it or not. People are clawing their way back to people they thought, I don't need her or him in my life. And I'm glad to see it. And I think we all need to do whatever we can do. Pick up that phone. Don't text, don't email. Pick up that phone and say, I love you to someone. Say hello to someone. Say, I miss you to someone who you haven't said those words to in a long, long time. There's the bell of purpose on that. And my saddest moment is just basically the panic and the fear when people are moving from a place of fear. I feel it's very sad because the only way you could do that is that you have too much, you have a void of love. Because there are only two sponsoring thoughts in this world, in this universe. You move from a place of love or you move from a place of fear. And love is connected with faith. So find your faith, find your love, use it, and leave the rest alone. Callie, you know what? I'm gonna put you on the spot if that's okay.
Yeah.
And you can say your goodbyes to everybody right now as you pick up your guitar. And and if you could just take us out with whatever you have. And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody now because there's another show coming up right after this. But I wanted, what better way for us to leave this morning than with Callie taking us out in song, songstress, songbird. Mwah, thank you. You're welcome back anytime. And everybody, get out there and do what we do. We love up on everyone we can. We leave every situation and every person we encounter, even from a distance, we leave them a little better than the way we found them. If we do that, we're going to step into a brand new, bright new world on the other side of all of this. Callie, thank you so much. Callie Hughes, everybody. Here's the website up on the screen. Get over and check her out. Callie, thank you. Everybody, I'll see you tomorrow morning when my guest here is going to be Reed Barrett, fighter pilot in the U.S. Air Force. So thank you, Callie.
Thank you.
Callie, Callie,
Yes.
no, play something. Sing something. Girl, y'all see what she was just getting ready to do? Okay, bye. I'm going.
Thank you to all the frontliners putting their lives on the line for us, to the doctors and the mothers and fathers and police and the firemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Callie. God bless you.
Thank you.
We love you. We'll talk to you real soon.
Sounds good. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye, sweetie. Everybody, get out there. Like I said, have a great day. I love you. And listen, tomorrow morning, I told you who's going to be here, and it's going to be we're going to hear all about what's going on. Reed Barrett, a fighter pilot. He's going to give us a look at what's going on from a different perspective, a military-based perspective, which could be is going to be very interesting. We ran a little bit over, but that's okay. That's a part of live TV. Thank you. Ooh, how come? Ooh, did anybody tell me I had that? Okay, well, live TV. I was just saying it. Thank you, Callie Hughes. Wasn't that awesome? Yay! Beautiful day. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye bye. Ba 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 da 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 da. That's the music playing us out. Not really, but let's pretend. See you guys. Mm-mm-mm.